Hey guys, what's going on? Hey, I installed a auxiliary gas tank on my BMW R1250 GS. I didn't film the process because I don't find that many people watch my BMW videos. I don't know, maybe there's not that many 1250 GS fans out there that are working on their own bikes. I don't know. But anyway, I just wanted to post a quick video, what it looks like, how it's plumbed, and how to remove various panels to get it installed. Because I didn't find a lot on the web about how to do this. So, and of course, it didn't come with instructions. So let's take a look at it. All right, there's the R1250 GS. Excuse the bugs. This is the one bike in the hangar that I ride a lot. It's my favorite bike. It's just, I don't know. It's comfortable, it's easy, it's relaxing, and all the good things. It's just a great bike. They really are as good as people say they are. Anyway, so yeah, here is the tank. You can see it's mounted on the inside of the pannier rack. The filler cap's up here, the vent's right there. There is a bracket. Quick, I'll show you all the mounting points. There's a bracket right there with those 4 screws. Hopefully you can see that. It comes up here underneath this mounting tab. You can probably see it right there. You can probably see it right there. It's a black bracket that ties into the gas tank. They give you a spacer to put under that side so that, it's not wampus. Like I pointed out earlier, there's the filler cap and the vent. There is another mounting bracket. You can't see it, it's underneath here, but it screws to the tank and it clips onto these. There's 4 of these, there's one here. You might be able to see the one, in there, right there, up here. Anyway, so that's another attaching point. It just kind of slips onto that. It's just got a top and it's open on the side, so it slips over, but it can't go down, if that makes any sense. Then there's another bracket right here that's bolted to the tank, goes down all the way around, down by the fitting. And then there's a bracket that bolts underneath the passenger foot peg rest, underneath the one for the pannier rack. And then there's a bolt that goes through right there that ties this bracket to this bracket. And, it ain't going nowhere. It's not touching any metal anywhere. I wanted to make sure that was the case. The only thing I couldn't space out was right here. There's plastic touching plastic. It's not super tight, but it is touching. I don't really like that, but I don't think it's going to be a problem. I get too picky sometimes. Anyway, there is a fuel outlet right here. Give him a big finger out of the way. Hold on, I think I have a little finger. I do. This guy. So yeah, there is a fuel outlet right there. It runs up here, goes across. So to do this, you're gonna have to take this seat off, loosen this panel, and pop this panel off. There's 3 screws up front. There's 2 screws under here and clips. This just pops off. For this one, there's 2 screws on each side. Take those out and you can pull it out. You can pull it out far enough to do what you need to do. So anyway, the fuel line, I have it going up, zip tied to this section here, crossing over and coming out the other side. And the way this fuel tank is designed, once you get these covers off, you'll see it. The fuel tank is plastic underneath here, and there's a big groove that runs down to about right here. And it's for routing cables and wiring, and it's on both sides. So you're gonna remove this panel, which has the same 2 screws back here that hold this panel on, I believe. And then once you get those screws out, you're gonna pull that out just a little and pull the whole thing back. There's 2 lugs that lock in. And then it's obvious, then you can see where you can run the fuel line. There's a tray in here. And then across the other side, the fuel line will come up into that groove, go up here, and plug right into the vent. You're gonna unplug the vent and plug the fuel outlet from the tank down there into the vent. So what happens as the fuel goes down or tries to go down, it draws fuel out of that tank, right? Up the vent line and in here. So you'll have a full tank longer, if that makes any sense. You'll have to burn, if you fill it up, you'll have to burn 2.5 gallons before you start taking fuel out of your main tank. Now, on the other side is where the vent will run. Now you can see the vent here running down. I put an angle in here. The instructions that came with it just said to, let the hose go, right? I like the angle idea better. Just boop, boop, down, around. It's tucked up under here, and it does the same thing. You take this panel off, and you're gonna see where you can route it, and then pick up the groove right here in the plastic fuel tank underneath, up. And then where you unplugged the vacuum line, or the vent line, it comes with a fitting. You're gonna tie that vent line into the factory vent line, right? So now your vent goes from your charcoal canister or whatever it is, down, around, up, into the top of this tank. Fuel goes down and around, up, across, up, and into this tank. Does that make sense? I think it does. You might have to take this panel off, and you might have to take this panel off. There's one screw down below, clips on the top. There's one screw here. There's a pin on the bottom and a rubber nipple that goes into a hole here. And on this side, I don't believe I took off the battery cover. No, I did not. So this panel came off, and I told you it's 2 bolts. Pull it out a little bit, grab it right here and pull it back, straight back. Don't pull out, pull straight back. You pull it out, you're gonna break it. But that's about it. I have it mounted up with Moto mounting racks for the bags that I have. I'm no longer running the hard cases. So it does work. The brackets are the blue things for the Moto. You can see in there, there's air gap. I don't know if you can see down there, but it's not touching. It's not touching anywhere. I didn't want plastic rubbing on metal. But anyway, that's what the mounting brackets for the Moto kit looks like. And I don't know what else there is to say about it. It's not a very difficult job, just a matter of doing it. Because the instructions weren't that detailed about how all this went, that took me some, head scratching and prototyping. I had to put it together and go, I don't like it that way, and take it back apart. And anyway, the tab on the tank bracket ends up going behind the bracket that is bolted under here. That moves the tank in where it should be, and that allows the pannier mount to mount like it should. From behind, they sculpted the tank so that it has plenty of clearance. Nothing's gonna hit. You can see the big cutout here for the drive shaft, and then it's dark, you can't really see it, but there's a nice cutout down through there for the tire. I mean, there's more clearance on this side than there is between the tire and the muffler on this side, so should be good to go. Anyway, just in case y'all might need it, there's the information on installing an auxiliary tank. It's 2.5 gallons. 2.5 plus 5.5 is a lot of freaking fuel. Like I said, I don't know that I'll fill that up, but I have run into situations. If you're an adventure tour and you ride big bikes like this, I don't need to tell you that 90 miles an hour is where you like to travel, right? When you're in Mexico. This bike at 90 miles an hour gets 36 miles to the gallon. After 70, 75 miles an hour, she starts gobbling the fuel. So my range falls off drastically when we're doing a little bit of speed. So I wanted more fuel. That's more fuel. That's the only regret I have about buying a GS instead of a GSA. If I had to do it again, I would just get a GSA. Yeah, it's heavier because it holds 8 gallons of gas, but you don't have to put 8 gallons of gas in it, for crying out loud. You know what I mean? Never penalize a bike for how much gas it can hold. Anyway, that's that. Hope y'all found some of the information helpful. And please like and subscribe if you can. And I'll see you out there.
Haven't found any camels yet, but we out here.